Bouncy House.
Thank you, Mr. Shaukat, for joining this podcast. And we welcome you to share your knowledge to the younger generation, especially the power related issues and how to navigate power, and maybe your quick tips for the younger generation. Thank you. And we would like to quickly understand about your uh, activities. Maybe starting from, probably you're more in the financial person, then become into the healthcare system, and the journey for more than 2 decades, right, in
That's right.
Asia and Middle East. That's really amazing. Probably you might be undergone like a lot of power struggles and issues, and how you handled it effectively. And we like to understand from you. So, a quick question about how the power struggle happened, like maybe in your when you started the career, maybe like now 2 decades of telling, like maybe 20 years back, how the power struggle when you climb the ladder.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Dr. Ram. And I know it's in my first career. I remember, I was working hard because I was young and work hard
Mhm.
to reach to this level. And I think one or two points I would like to brief uh, related to power games. I think the main thing is how we are going to be uh, like let's say we are always transparent to work. I'm always transparent to work uh, with my uh, team manager,
Mhm.
and it's really like let's say initially because as a young person, it's a
Mhm.
first career. I mean, I was really trusted and work hard and reporting to the line managers.
Mhm.
And of course, like there are one or two uh, occasions I realized that uh, even though I was working, like let's say the giving the report on time, we didn't recognize like what exactly the problem initially. I have gone through it.
Mhm. So you
So
said about the recognition is an issue. So did you try to convince your boss, like a line manager, or probably he just ignored you? Because sometimes what happens, like you rightly said, we deliver on time, we are proactive to whatever they are thinking, we are just executing on the junior level. That's how we want to be like always we're showing the enthusiasm, as simple as it is. So we always go out of the comfort to do the best out of it, because probably not married, right? So that point of time, like probably you have the time, and I still remember when I was in Mumbai, I worked for a company where like around 2 o'clock I used to leave in the like in the night.
right,
So that's how you try to impress your boss, right? You
absolutely.
impress your line managers. And if the boss is like maybe my boss was really great actually. So he sarcastically telling you, what man, like you want to show that you're working too hard and too much, too late us. It's good, but like we felt that so that is really motivating to us. So in your case, you said like probably you put all the efforts and like a hard working and delivering on time, quality of work, but probably the recognition was not there. So how did you feel about it? How did you think to fix it, or you just felt like no, this is the kind of a situation we are there, we cannot move, we just we need to leave the organization? What is the mindset that point of time?
It's really hard initially to just, we recognize and we realize the problems,
Yeah.
but to just convey this message to the, the line manager.
Hmm.
So that's, I felt that because that occasion, that past, the initial stages was really a
Hmm.
tough time for us because, initially we are all motivated to
Hmm.
do many works, like let's say to complete the task on time. Then before let's say as I mentioned to you, we work hard,
Hmm.
and the thing is, few months later I realized that my works is not recognized by the line manager, even
Okay.
though because always giving the wrong direction to just like to whatever we are going to do to because end of the day we trying to please to just get the end of the day the not only the monetary benefits and to just promotion. That's always the we were thinking that time. And so but we realized that we stuck somewhere and we couldn't even accomplish that what we were expecting initially. Yeah.
So did you feel like probably you should able to fix it through your other team members? Sometimes what happened, like probably boss is not always close with me or he's not recognizing me, but one person in my team is always close with my boss. So we try to like show the influence through that person because he has a soft corner with the boss.
See,
So
doctor.
did you
See,
try any other tactics so that you get recognized?
see, Dr. Ram. I, I totally understand what you are asking this question because of it's very hard to express that. Uh, However, because I have one or two occasions, uh, like let's say I realize that. So, what is my potential and capacity, but it's not recognized. And of course, like we are reporting to the line manager, and they are taking all the credits what we have
Okay.
the completed there is a team every time the in the background to complete the task, but is taking credits means something different because they are not boss is not realize that what is happening and in the behind the scene. That's what happened. Yeah.
So in this case, maybe it is just a non-recognition, right? That's it.
That's right. Yes.
And how did you feel about, because is it somebody telling negative about you to the boss? What is the reason? Suddenly, like maybe or the synergies or the chemistry doesn't match. He thinks in a different way, or you think in a different way, so that it doesn't happen. Or the whole junior level people, everyone feel the same thing, felt the same thing. So the boss is always thinking these people are like just they are like people usually we usually tell like maybe for a fun it's a donkey work, right? So probably the boss might be thinking, okay, so these are all very tiny works done by my juniors. What is there to recognize? What is it to motivate? Like then they should not feel hype onto it. Then they will be thinking like maybe they'll ask some additional privilege, like maybe salary hike or designation hike. So always put them down, right? That might be a tactics where people like boss might be good with you, but sometimes only just not the recognition, we might be thinking is not good. So where do you put a line on that? Is good boss bad boss, or he is just not just recognizing, otherwise he's good person? Where do you see him, like maybe?
I feel that because everyone is looking for their own benefits. That's way because they just the put the line cross the they will not ask us to they put the line always. So then the main thing is maybe their job is not secure because of if you're going to perform well. So that is also one of the reason, and everyone has their the self interest means to get the promotion from their end and to express their the achievement.
Got it.
And I feel that I felt that there is a main issue because if you're going to like let's say the work as a team, it's always better to recognize the people those who are there behind the scene to complete these works. So that's what I felt many times. And I'm just recollecting all these memories now. So after 2 decades, so that's what we can say.
Great. As a leader in the organization, currently you are into the Middle East, 20 years of experience. So you might be felt over a period of time some red flags during the career, right? So this is a power issues where you get some alerts. No, this is not going the right direction, and maybe it happens over a period of time, but like it become a big problem where nobody can give a solution, or solution is like end of the story. That's it. So maybe we move out of the organization, or we just maybe some clashes, some conflict. That's how the end. So did you miss any red flags? Because it is not might be early stage, mid level, or maybe at the senior positions. Because as a human, sometimes we may do some errors and mistakes. We learn from the bad experiences. So did you miss any red flags? And in that red flag, maybe the major one which really impact on your career, profession, or your business. So would you like to talk something on the red flag? I missed it, but that's how the consequences I heard it, I felt. But you should be cautious, on the early alerts. Good to understand it better. So would you like to share some thoughts on that?
I I agree that I understand your like let's say what is your thought. I mean, because we can be friendly with the managers, but at the same time, because always set the scopes and job descriptions, and so if there is someone who is going to cross, okay, they're not going to like let's say the share with you the uh, like let's say the very clear they are not communicating properly, and that's the main issue everyone is facing. And secondly, sometimes communication is not there. You cannot just achieve the target,
Yeah.
and also the transparency. So now, based on my experience, I'm always sharing with the younger generations, like my employees and my colleagues, uh, always like I mean inform the the boss. So you try to the convey the like let's say share who you are, which background you are coming from, and how can like let's say how I reach this level. So that communication is always very important to the understand, because sometimes if it is in the middle line manager, because we don't know how like let's say this power game, if you're going to feel like in the middle person is not convey the message to the boss. Of course, like now I'm an entrepreneur, so I value each and every employee's contribution in my company. So always recognize, and I'm very closely connect and communicate with all the employees. This is what I do, and of course, like we appreciate what they are doing. So this way we can motivate. They will also feel there is no any power game behind this.
So when we talk about power, then probably let me talk about my individual power. So when I'm starting my career, probably I don't have much power because probably I don't understand the ecosystem, or I don't know how whom to connect. That is more important thing. Probably we always feel one person is like highly authoritative, and we try to avoid interacting with him because we feel that the personality is not good, and he's like bit of arrogant, or she is arrogant, and I don't know to talk to him. But that might be the powerful people person in the organization, who could able to take decisions, who could able to involve in hire and fire, or who maintain the confidential information in the organization. So on the junior level, probably we shy away to interact with this kind of a people. So based on your experience, because you have ups and downs, as an experience, so what do you want to convey to the younger generation, where how to reach the powerful people, and how to build the relationship with them, so that recognition, that is more important. I cannot go and tell, I did great, so please accept me. That's not going to work. That's not straightforward. That's not the system we are into it. So how to influence the powerful people on a formal, informal way? So what is your suggestion on that?
I think my message to the younger generations to uh, start working with the the corporate level, the high level companies, like they have their own systems, and of course like they will learn many things. So this way, because the system should be in place, so how to tackle all these issues. So this way and also my message to the younger generation to like let's say to always to join the companies where you are going to be promoted, like if you're recognized. So this way the you can they can recognize your achievement and values. That's what we can say.
Good. So keeping that momentum on, probably I want to improve my skills, which includes, I want to look like charismatic leader, right? That happens over a period of time. I'm good in communication, probably that is one thing I improve over a period of time. Then I improve my technical skills, that is also important to be a good
That's
leader.
right.
And interpersonal skills to be, he's like very much interacting with the people, like, people person, that's how we put it into a simple format. So there are a lot of attributes are there to be a powerful person, right? So everyone are not blessed, right? Everyone is not
That's
blessed
right.
with
Yes.
everything. So
Yep.
probably one person will not have all the attributes, right? All the personalities or traits, or maybe the behavioral pattern. So um, yes, there is a person who is very strong in technical skills, but he's not been recognized, right? You could able to see these scenarios in different organizations where the person is like like a highly technical, highly competent person, but on the same position for a very long time, like maybe
That's right.
5 years, 7 years, no
Yes.
changes.
Yep.
Maybe a senior manager for a long time, vice president for a long time. So how this person could able to, because unless until the recognition is more important here, unless until he's not recognized, he cannot be promoted, right? It's
Absolutely.
not only in the junior level, it's happening in
That's
this
right.
mid
Yes.
level or even the senior level. So how this person should showcase himself? Maybe I done something great, I done some amazing project, or my deliverables are done high quality on time. So but the top management or the line manager, rightly said, is not understanding, or the mid level manager is not putting into the top management, so the people not able to recognize the contribution done by this particular employee. So how he has to showcase himself? He has to not only focusing on my work, but I need to showcase this one to the top management. If so, how, what is your thought on that?
I believe that we all came from the like with limited education. Then based on our experience, and we learn more,
Hmm.
and we have more technical knowledge as well as academic knowledge because we the completed our higher studies.
Hmm.
This way, uh, one way we can just the be recognized by the with our achievement, educational achievements, because this way we can get the promotions from the, like let's say, the higher level management, because
Yeah.
that recognition is very important. Because now if you're going to education is always in our life, because never end.
Hmm.
You keep educate yourself and learn more, so this way you can approach to the your boss that, okay, I completed my education now, so specialized in this, so and so. This way they will get promotion.
Okay.
So this
So
is
keep
a
updating is the key thing, that
absolutely,
is
yes,
so you should touch with your the
that's
top
right.
management.
Yes, yes,
So you don't
absolutely.
hide away, like I mean, don't
No, 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 because that's a reason. Because see, I just want to share with you, because now what's happening, this is a competitive world.
yeah.
Because now one person who is going to he's been working almost, he worked for 20 years
Hmm.
as an accountant with his bachelor's degree in accounts. And maybe if he's going to leave from that company to
Hmm.
another company, so now the competitive world, because younger generation is the coming with a technical knowledge, and the more certifications.
Hmm.
And so then it's not experience only, academic qualifications also very important
Hmm.
to the get opportunity, more opportunity. So this way, always to keep balancing with our education level, our knowledge.
Hmm.
So it's not like simply working hard for 20 years. That's what we can say.
Got it. So very interesting question about we touch upon the betrayals and people cunning. Sometimes they don't show that in front of to us, but they act behind us, right? So, but we might be victims sometime for that.
That's
And
right.
people, sometimes they are like losing the job, right? Losing the reputation, and maybe losing some amazing friends or best team members, right? So this betrayal and cunning and stuff starting with some small gossips. So how do we aware about it, or how to protect or how to prevent these things, so that it is happening, the organization without betrayals is nowhere existing, maybe, probably. So how to carefully handle this kind of situation, maybe not only juniors, maybe mid-level or top management, it could be a victim for that, because sometimes we just focus on the core thing, and we try to avoid or we avoid this networking. So networking is sometimes very important.
That's right.
So like people talk informally out
Yep.
of the office hours, meeting outside,
Yes.
maybe just a coffee or a dinner, so that they build the relationship. They talk maybe out of the office content, and they become very good friends, right?
That's right.
So this is a networking is very important, and sometimes people try to avoid this, and the lot of things are happening in the organization spoken out of the office hours,
Yes.
right, during the informal network.
Absolutely.
So how one can maybe use out of it, how we could able to what is your suggestion, or what is your thought on that?
So I think it's always, as you mentioned, that network is very important in our life. So at least we can understand each other, those who are going to connect with. So initially, of course, like because some people are open-minded, so they just share all the thought process, then all knowledge and also everything too. But we don't know that how the other are going to, the take the advantage from them. So this is something like, the understand each other and sharing knowledge. And of course, like we are all are coming from the different background and share the value of like let's say the where we are coming from, and personally, like always to touch base. So this way we can connect each other, so this ego will break between the people, and that's a way we can just avoid this kind of situation. That's what we can say.
Great, and I think it's amazing to gain some expertise from you. And very interesting last question. Like now you are an entrepreneur and you are running your own business.
That's right.
And how to avoid the cultural differences? Because cultural differences, like maybe it happens in most of the top cities. You have different set
That's
of
right.
mindset and stuff. Like it's not wrong. Cultural difference is not wrong, but how to handle that situation so that we could able to see the benefit of the organization, the business benefit. Yes, there's a different community, there's a different cultural background, people working together for the benefit of the organization, but the thought process is different. Sometimes, like I say something, probably the other person misunderstand, and the intensity is different. I was just telling in a funny way, but they literally taken a wrong way, right? And the other person was very much like angry on the things, but I didn't take it serious, because it's okay, that's quite easy. So probably that kind of a cultural differences, and that will have an impact in the organization.
That's right.
So in your organization, you're running a business now, so your people, how you manage them? Because probably when we work for someone else, maybe it's okay, if not this one, then I need to switch my job to other organization. But when we run a business, probably we left with one option, because we need to run it better so that the our business keep growing, and the people working under us or inside the organization should be also taken care. So the cultural differences, how much you keep an eye on it, so that people are not being affected by this cultural difference. So do you really take precautions or some measures so that things are in good shape?
That's a good question. In my organizations, there are many nationalities, those who are working here. So we understand them because been working here long time and in Dubai. So we respect them, their the culture, and this way, if you're going to interact with them, they can understand more. It's always better to have a close relationship with our the employees, and so at least we can share the thoughts, and very friendly. That will help us to give more outputs to the organization. This way I have experience recently in many occasions, the small things is very important for their happiness. For example, any religious celebrations, and we always respect them, their the celebration, and also all this way. I think this multicultural environment, because that's very the great help to like let's say interact with all the employees, and so they will know that what type of message the owners are giving to them. So they will they will
Yeah.
sustain in our organization. That's what we
Very
can
nice.
say.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
And thank you so much. And it's wonderful to
yes,
share,
most
gain
welcome.
your experience for the younger generation. And happy to connect again soon
Thank you
with the
so
other
much.
podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Really appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.